Hello everyone and welcome to your horoscope for the week of August the 1st, 2022. We have a really important week ahead of us, both individually and collectively, and the best way to look at this week is like a gate. Because this is where we're entering through that gate, actually right now when I'm recording this horoscope, because the highlight of the week, there are so very many planetary aspects and planetary conversations, a lot of finery, so to speak, that are very, very important as well because they are going to be determining factors. Yet, the highlight of the show, that which impacts the week, the month, and the rest of the year, and the rest of our next 18 years, collectively and individually, it is the meeting of Mars, Uranus, and the North Node in the sign of Taurus taking place right now. Now, exactly to the precision, yes, it's taking place right now, but we can, extend this to all of the week, all of next week. And this is a really, really powerful change. This is surprise. This is a turnaround of events. This is also one of the most powerful, one of the most shocking reality checks and truth moments, both individually and collectively, and in any way, shape, and form for all of us that we had until now. And don't get me wrong, we had so very many moments like this from 2018 since Uranus entered the sign of Taurus. And this is where surprises will not cease to come. Now, I'm not going to lie because collectively it is not going to be a very pretty picture. And I'm going to tell you exactly the reason why. In 2000, there was a great conjunction, the meeting of Jupiter and Saturn in the sign of Taurus, which opened the cycle of the next, but this is where it's 2000, so the year 2000, 20 years, but the last one in Earth. That should have been like a harvest, that should like have been a big, big, big wrap up. But what did humanity do with that? The karmic theme was, if we were wise, to share everything, to harmonize value, harmonize resources, harmonize wealth. Well, this actually did happen in the sense that technology and a lot of modern living, let's say, invaded countries all over the world. But at the same time, there was a different expression, and I'm so sorry for this philosophical intro, but it's very important. What did humanity do? We started stealing from our own species legally. We transformed our collective laws. Law is very important. It might be unusual for Taurus, but if law is a reflection to our collective value, then it's not as absurd, because Taurus is long term. So our legal system, our laws became so very corrupted that they put greed on the pedestal. Greed is everything. Not to lose interest, not to lose out this and that and all that. The nitty gritty. Money is not real. Money is just a reflection of our inner value, of our inner Venus. And also what we do with it, Venus and Mars. What do we do with money? For some people, money is a projection of their sex drive, masculinity, femininity. For other people, of safety. I'm safe and I'm all basically I'm able to live life in calm, in serenity, in harmony because my physical body is safe. I have food, I have house, I have everything I need. For other people still, money is a reflection of freedom because they love freedom. With money they can travel, they don't need to have bosses. For other people still, I don't know. Every person will have a different relationship with money. But money is ultimately not real. It's Venusian and it's also Neptunian. And where I'm going with this long philosophy, again, please pardon me for this, is that Uranus, as it entered in 2018 in the sign of Taurus, first of all, it raised awareness. It showed us the truth of what our species and us individually and collectively has done with the Venusian values of sharing. So if we made laws and a society and an economy, a capitalistic society, for it to be totally okay, morally okay, and legal and spiritually acceptable for us to steal one another, then Uranus will remind us of this. That look, guys, this is what you've done. Why? Because Uranus needs to upgrade. Uranus cannot upgrade something that is false. Uranus can only upgrade that which is true. So we need the awareness of what we have done to step into the future. And we're stepping into the future now. Now. All of us now. Quantum leaping now. So Uranus needs to show us right now that in the past 20 years we stole. We stole ourselves. We vampirized ourselves. We stole ourselves. We subjugated talent and skill and divine merit. We perverted everything. So, of course, we are being purged, cleansed, slapped. And imagine that Uranus right now will provoke a massive value system earthquake where the earth splits apart. But understand this symbolically, because value. Okay, yes, of course, I'm not gonna lie. Earthquake, volcanoes, tsunamis, weather events, extreme drought, extreme flooding, because the reverse of the polarity. Uranus reverses polarity when Mars activates it. Always. So yes, this is physical expression, volcanoes and accidents, booms, big booms, fires, earthquake, landslides, all of this. Okay, yes. But the emotional one eclipses that, and I'm so sorry to say. Why? Because we become aware that the job is slavery. This is not my opinion. This is an example. Read this on social media. How many people do not express this opinion? Job is slavery. Big pharma is poison. Are these conspiracies? Because I'm telling you to just read the list, because I'm not gonna repeat all the other theories. Are those true or not? Uranus says both. Both, because they're true. You cannot deny the truth of it. But neither can you not deny the manipulative dress up of it. Uranus is showing us all of this. So where's the upgrade? Let's mind our own business. Let's not steal from one another. Let's just give and share, like our forefathers used to before we messed up the Great Conjunction in 2000. So this is very, very important, because this is why the collective expression of this energy is not going to be a pretty picture. Because Mars, Uranus, North Node stand across the sky from the South Node, Scorpio. All that we have actually done, all we have done collectively as a species. And Uranus is also different truth. That which is under the carpet, the skeletons in the closet. So I'm so sorry to say, this is where the true sexual scandals are going to be revealed. Child trafficking, child abuse cases, child molestation cases in the world of the rich and powerful and big money, Scorpio. And the revelations and these shocks are gonna storm the world. So This is another thing. All of this squares Saturn, sorry. Uranus squares Saturn, yeah, Saturn, in the sign of Aquarius. The square is not yet very powerful, but the square will get almost exact in the autumn. So whatever news is going to be revealed now, we need a bit of time to process it. The fist will come in autumn. And centralized power, Pluto in the sign of Capricorn, Saturn in the sign of Aquarius, will try to oppose this. This is how we'll see the square play out immediately, right now. Censorship, hold your tongue kind of thing, militaristic action, force, police action, centralized power, big corporations, all of that really, really enforcing their authority. That's how we'll see this play out. But Uranus is revolution in itself. Mars activates everything that Uranus has done in Taurus since 2018. But Mars is the karmic activator. It can very well activate all that we have done individually and humanity as a collective starting from 2000. In 1999, before 2000, we had a massive total solar eclipse. A lot of quantum leaps. And we have not leaped in the right direction. So right now humanity has to leap. Mars is also a choice into the right direction. But for this leap to take place, we need to be aware of everything that we have done wrong. And the biggest thing that we have done wrong is this child stuff and us stealing ourselves. Us harming ourselves. And you see all the suicide cases in the world, all the self-harm cases, all the strong depression cases are just reflective individually that this is what we're doing as a species as well, cutting ourselves, cutting. Please understand this the right way. As long as this vessel is pretty much the same, and we call ourselves human beings, it doesn't matter where your soul comes from, and neither does it really matter how really complex and sophisticated your neural network and your intellectual sphere is, your rational soul. Because the vessel, even if you manage to master the vessel in such a way where you can just jump dimensions, does it really matter? It doesn't, because you're still a human being. And Uranus reminds us right now of that. Doesn't matter who you are and what you are. If you exist in a human vessel, shut up and respect it. Individually, collectively as well. So as a species, shut up and respect your own species. How the universe is how is it gonna slap us collectively? We'll see very, very, even right now. So this is the not so favorable event. Let me just translate it in a couple of words. World Taurus and all these planets packed in it. World Bank, world economy, world centralized power. What does this mean? The structure, either visible or invisible, South Node in the sign of Scorpio, which controls the planet, aware or not, well, it has to be revealed. It has to be uranized. It has to suffer Uranus. Everyone, especially who is 40 or 45 of age, or was, knows how Uranus works. So imagine that centralized power and the planetary centralized power. It's not going to be an easy picture or a pleasant picture. But everyone on the planet who is at least a little bit the cogs do turn, they will know the reality of whatever it is that they've been seeking. Their soul seeking. And the picture is both good and bad, both rosy, very pink, and also very doomy and gloomy. And Uranus says, look, you choose. If you choose the pink, what is the pink? All the potential. The gates of the future opening. If you were an underdog, if collective value, needing diplomas, and people, university, school, hell-bent on telling you on how you should be doing your job, your soul's calling, that disappears starting from now, ending either in 2024 or 2030. We'll see, because we're choosing right now how when and how this ends. But it ends. This is where no external authority can tell a soul how to do their jobs in the earthly plane. I translated this energy. Okay, a lot of people will call me stupid or arrogant or deluded. But no, I'm not as deluded as you think I am. Because you're an astrologer yourself, translate this energy. Isn't that what it means? Let's apply comments. Uranus is extreme. And what I'm saying is extreme. And surprise, surprise, the North Node will make what I'm saying or something quantumly close to what I'm saying real. Yes, we'll be forced as a collective to share, to be kind, to be compassionate, to live simplified. We'll be forced. How, we'll see. But we also have a choice. What is the choice? Well, Venus is the choice, because Venus is the ruler of this. She's in Cancer. What does that mean? Well, ultimately, isn't everything Venusian money of love? What do we do with money and love and with power? We share it. A man, understand this genderlessly, is only truly powerful when instead of severity, crushing the weak, crushing the prey, crushing whatever the opponent, shows mercy, elevates the crushed. Instead of killing, elevates it to divine levels. When you, instead of harming, you heal the enemy. When the Sacred Mother healed demons. When the Sacred Mother, in her lifetime, when she was a human being, she healed beings, let me get this straight. An earthly being, a simple woman, had such faith in herself, in her being, that she could heal a multi-dimensional being which was tormented for millennia in a millisecond. Why am I exemplifying the Sacred Mother? Venus in Cancer, Taurus herself is a mother. Sedna in Taurus. Everything points to the Sacred Mother. So, Uranus, that's awareness. Uranus will tell us this week and all of 2022 that the heart is more powerful than technology, than fate herself, than everything. Mercury is squaring his higher octave Uranus. Mercury and Leo. Well, this is where this tells me immediately that Mercury surrenders to Taurus and to Uranus. Uranus surrenders to Venus. Venus is in Cancer. Both of these planets surrender to the heart, to love. And Venus is Uranian by her design. The legend of Venus. Love is free. Love conquers. Love breaks free. The chains of love are off collectively from the collective heart, from the sacred heart. That means our heart as well. So, this week will impact employment. People will just walk out. Professionals will walk out. This week will impact the World Bank, world economy, global economy, local economy. Venus in the sign of Cancer. but perhaps for the local economy it will rebirth it. This is where, if you have a piece of land, grow. Grow, grow, grow. This is what you should be doing all day, every day. You'll fall in love with the land, you'll fall in love with plants, you'll fall in love with agriculture. You, even if you're a total atheist, or how you say that, you will see the spirit. And I guarantee, if not, please, I'll give you my address, come and beat me up physically. I'll subject my, because you will see the spirit, you will feel the spirit, your sixth sense. No matter who you are, if you work the land or have a plant in the ground, a tree, you will feel, not to mention a pet, the spirit will be with you visibly. Let us, if I spoke about the Divine Mother and the Divine, well then let me put the cherry on top. We have a very unique aspect that Mercury is going to be the star of, a Yod aspect, which means two quincunxes point, the hand finger of God pointing at Mercury. One of the finger that is pointing is Neptune. The other finger that's pointing is Pluto. This is so important because Pluto and Neptune are brothers, and Pluto and Neptune were swallowed by Saturn, eaten alive by Saturn. So they have a prison complex. They have a inferiority complex as energies. Jupiter freed them from Saturn. Pluto became lord of the underworld, again a deep psychological energy, because the underworld, the hell, it's internal first of all, not external, internal. When you go to hell, first of all, you boil in your own juices, your own filth, the own crimes that you committed, your own low self-worth, the own dark Venus. Neptune is deep by design, but Neptune and both Pluto are also powerful alchemical energies, and the hand of God points to Mercury and Leo, the heart. The truth is, what do they say? The truth is in the heart. Everything is in the heart. Science is in the heart. Knowledge is in the heart. God speaks directly to your heart. Pluto, your psyche, your unconscious, is in your heart right now. Don't seek your unconscious, even your own shadow, Pluto, in the headspace. Seek it. It dropped down already in the heart. Or Pluto rose up from the lower chakras into the heart. And now your heart is like a meeting place of, like how do they say, like a meeting, like a round table meeting, where one party is your mind, your mental sphere, the other party is Neptune, your soul, the other party is your emotional world, Venus, the other part is Pluto, your hard truth is, and your sexual desire. But translate that sexual desire into something totally non-sexual if you wish. Your work in the world, that's what attracts you. Action, your duty. So of course you surrender the lower expression of that. Replace your sexual attraction or desire with your child. You had it, you created a being, now you give power to that being. Replace sexual attraction with everything that is the most important drive for you right now, spirituality for example, and you get the round table. And what do? Your being, they talk, Mercury, they reach conclusion, and when everything that they do not know, they ask the divine, the finger of God, Yod, points to Mercury. Mercury receives answers in conjunction to quincunxes. This is powerful synchronicity. This is when you know. Sometimes you figure out. Sometimes those communications, papers, any kind of even legal truth that Pluto needs to come to you, comes to you. Or you simply just know out of thin air, synchronicity, your truth, what the answers that you need to know. May that be administrative, financial, with your family, with your future plans, with your job, anything, the answers will come to you, maybe not in an instant, gradually, until we get to November, October, November, and of course all of the winter. But you know, this energy, and Mercury himself squares Saturn, so it's not sorry, Mercury opposes Saturn, Uranus squares Saturn, so it's not an easy, and it's a reality check. And sometimes the reality check, I cannot rely on the bank, I cannot rely on this relative, I cannot rely on the promise, I cannot rely on people, so you go solo. But it can also be the opposite. You can rely on something that was almost absurd a week ago. A person pops up, an organization pops up, an opportunity pops up, a moment of maximum courage that you have gets you where you need to be. So this is all. Individually, I'll speak about the more individual expression of this energy in the second part, because individually this can be very, very good news. Collectively, on the other hand, it has to be a grimmer picture. Yeah, solutions come. Yeah, we upgrade. Yeah, technology will skyrocket. Yes, scientific discoveries will blow our minds. None of that matters because our hearts. Venus is the ruler of this, our hearts. But who is Venus's ruler? The moon. Venus's ruler is the moon. So it's all about the soul, and it's all about pure authenticity. This energy will reactivate on 11th, 12th of August with the Aquarius full moon, where Uranus is the governor. But then it's Venus is also part of that, so, and that will hold a cardinal, not a cardinal, but a grand cross. Not a cardinal, but just a grand cross. It's mind-blowing. It is gonna be totally mind-blowing on the 11th, 12th. What is gonna be mind-blowing? The truth within ourselves. Because the individual truth will project on the world stage collectively. Aquarius ruled by Uranus, and this full moon conjunct Saturn. That's gonna be bomb, an emotional and collective, but science and technology wise as well. Science and technology, internet, the freedom of information, censorship, the mainstream media, what happens in mainstream media, all of that is gonna come to the surface. But why am I mentioning it this week? Because it will start to boil. And again, I must repeat, earthquake, seismic activity, tectonic activity, weird, unexplainable, wild, disruptive weather phenomenon, heat waves, extreme drought or extreme floods, polarity all of a sudden reversing, big storm, big winds, landslides, earth events, tsunami, all of this can be expected and very, very gonna be very violent. And this week is just the gateway. We can expect this all the year, but this week is gonna be a peak moment. And health and safety rules, respect it. Respect health and safety. Don't risk. Drive safely. Be very, very careful. Common sense is a saving grace always. Now, there is also a lot of demand, because this energy is revolution. This energy where, as I said, centralized power will clash with what the people want, with the individual will. So, Venus trines Neptune. Fated energy, miraculous energy, because the divine is within our hearts. Venus sextiles Mars, then North Node Uranus. Venus gradually sextiles all this energy, and Venus receives a trine from the South Node. powerful fated energy. All karmic energy that has been delayed individually and collectively will come to the surface. So this is very, very unusual. Surprising, surprise in any shape and sense and form. And as I said, new technologies, cryptocurrency, economic collapse, but maybe not a collapse. Maybe just such a sudden rearrangement that it will hit us by surprise. But be aware that centralized power and basically the old system, the old norm, will oppose this strongly, very, very strongly. This is where the opposition will be great. So we can expect militaristic action, and we can also expect money, but world money. This is the World Bank to have a greater grip on it than ever, because no one wants to let go of the grip. And I'll speak about the fine energies in the second part of the horoscope, because the other big deal is Mercury moving into his home sign of Virgo. Whatever, the hand of God, Yod, pointed to Mercury in the heart space in Leo, Mercury will meet Regulus, so something happens to a world leader or a big celebrity or a big person, and then it enters Virgo, execution. Something is executed. The plan is born. The truth gets us somewhere. Problem solving, solution oriented. We get the right mindset, the right ideas, the right guidance. We execute mentally. So yeah, I'm gonna be speaking about the more individual expression and the more positive expression of this energy in the second part of this horoscope.